think Dad stabbed her. She went under a couple times.
This is 16 years old Jasmiyah, regarding the murder of her mother with her twin Tasmiyah. This case happened in 2010 in Conyers, Georgia. Both sisters were arguing with their mother about being late for school, which triggered both sisters to attack their mother.
When she's drunk, she just hallucinates and she sees things and she's not in her right mind.
Both sisters stated that someone attacked their mother that morning and dragged her into the home before fleeing, a story that police did not believe from the start. Whitehead was found dead in her house in a pool of blood, brutally beaten and stabbed. Just 1 week before the murder, their mother had called police 3 times to rein in her out-of-control twins. In the end of this interrogation, you will find out a sentence.
I want you to understand, Ms. Whitehead, for the purpose of this conversation, I have agreed on behalf of the state of Georgia that we would not use this conversation in our case in chief. That is, we would not present it as evidence in the case at trial unless it was necessary either to rebut something that you testify to or your sister testifies to, or to impeach something that you testify to or that your sister testifies to. All right? I want you to also understand that I do anticipate, without knowing for sure, but I do anticipate that sometime in the near future I'll be meeting with your sister to talk with her about the facts and circumstances of January the 12th, January the 13th, 2010. And we'll probably or possibly discuss with her some of what we talk about today. I do also, just so you know everything, I do anticipate at some point in time I will be speaking with your grandmother, Linda Whitehead, in reference to some of what we discussed today as well. You understand that? When we get started, I'm going to ask you to speak up so everyone can hear you. The last thing I'd like to put on the record, I think, is my understanding that defense counsel has waived any trial objection to my asking questions and any objection along the lines of my being possibly a witness in this case. I do anticipate that if it were ever necessary for somebody to testify about our conversation, that Mr. Bruckner, my chief investigator, would be the one called to testify. Is that correct? With that said, I'm going to start this way. Tell me where you want to start, and let's talk about the facts and circumstances of your mother's death. And you can start wherever you want to start in the process.
You mean that day or?
Well, let me do this first, just to kind of set you at ease. Tell me your full name.
Jasmiyah Whitehead.
And Ms. Whitehead, today as we sit here, how old are you?
19.
What's your date of birth? And my understanding is you have a sister. What is her full name?
Jasmiyah Whitehead.
And I know the answer to this question, but who is the oldest twin?
Is.
And can you tell me by how much time she's the oldest twin?
11 minutes.
Let me talk to assist you. Let me talk a little bit first about the night before. So January the 12th, 2010. I know that Robert Head left to deliver a load during the late afternoon, early evening hours, and that your mom went to school. Were you and your sister left home alone at Robert's residence?
Yeah.
Right. While your mom was gone, what did y'all do?
I guess we did homework. I can't really remember.
All right. Nothing that sticks out in your memory?
Listen to music, I guess.
Approximately what time did your mom come home?
At night, she went out to the club. I don't know, so I couldn't tell you. It was late. I think she came home to get dressed, and when she left back out, I think. I don't know what time. I know she went out, but I don't know what time she came back.
Okay. When she came back, what were you and your sister doing?
It was in her room, well, my sister's room. We had 3 bedrooms, but we shared one with him. We never separated. So we shared the bedroom closest to the front door.
And when your mom came back, what happened in the house?
That night?
That night.
She was a little drunk, so the same thing always. When she drunk, she talking crazy.
Now, what do you mean by that? What was it that she would have been saying? That
When she's drunk, she just hallucinates and she see things and she's not in her right mind.
Can you give me an example, or can you give me an example from that night?
Since we were kids, we lived with my grandma. When my mom did come home, she might be drunk or whatever. She would see things. She would think it's bugs on her, or she would think it's an earthquake, things like that. So she would say, she'd wake us up out of bed or something, and she'd ask us to come get the bugs off of her, things like that. That night, I don't know how she was that night. She was just drunk. She really went, I think she went to her room, got on the phone, came back, and asking us questions like, why y'all doing this, why y'all doing that, why y'all doing this. Saying, antagonizing.
Do you recall what she was asking you questions about?
My clothing. She took everything that I had, everything that I came there with. She took it, and she wanted to know where I got this from, why I got that, things like that.
Okay. Did that happen that night?
That was January 12th.
Yes, January 12th. That night, she was asking about your clothes and going through your clothing items. Did she, and that was conversation with you, what type of conversation did she have with your sister?
No, this is a conversation with us.
With both of you. Okay. How did that night end?
Well, like we angry, mad, because we can't get along, couldn't get along.
Do you know approximately what time you and your sister went to sleep?
Well, since we've been there, we stayed up all night, just about every day. Since I can't even recall how long we stayed at the house, but every night we stayed up pretty late talking.
By staying up pretty late, do you know an approximate time?
Probably 3 o'clock in the morning, somewhere around there.
Had your mom already gone to bed when y'all were going to sleep?
I don't know if she was in her room. I mean, I don't know if she was asleep or not, but she was in her room.
Okay. Anything else about that particular night before you went to sleep that sticks out in your memory that you think is important?
I can't remember if that was I can't remember if that was a day when my uncle was over with his baby, and we got into an argument about a dish, and she called the police. I can't remember if that was that day or not.
The next morning, and now I'm talking about January 13th. The next morning, how did you and your sister get up?
What you mean, how did we get up?
What woke you up?
She woke us up.
She woke you up.
Yeah.
Do you know about what time it was that she woke you up?
She was about 6.
Okay. And how did she wake you up?
You mean her demeanor?
Her demeanor or her words? How was it that she woke you up?
It was a school day, so get up school. But she was complaining because I told her the previous night she took my clothing, my purses, and everything. And she found my weed wrap. I wrap when you smoke weed in. And she was upset. And then we had a big old conversation. I want to say it was the previous night the police came. I can't remember. But that night we had a big old argument because I told her that something happened to me a long time ago and she didn't believe me. Well, then they go to name calling. Be this and that, calls on her name basically. I don't know, she was upset.
This is a critical moment of psychological rupture. The subject's attempt to disclose a past victimization was met with denial and name-calling from her mother. This betrayal of the maternal protective role is a profound psychological wound, compounding the original trauma and potentially fueling immense resentment and a sense of being utterly unprotected.
And she was upset that morning when she woke you up for school. Now you said she found your weed wrap, wrapping paper.
Yeah.
And that was in your purse?
Yes, sir.
All right. And tell me what she was saying that morning about your weed wrap.
Dumb, we dumb, we stupid, things like that. She had the nerve to call me a drug addict, but no, I'm not a drug addict at all. Never have been. Just things like that, stupid. And she gonna put us in jail, stuff like that. 'Cause I was on probation, and that was a violation of probation.
How was she reacting towards your sister that morning?
Well, when I say me, I mean us.
Okay.
This is like a joint thing.
And I'm just trying to make sure. Besides confronting you about the weed wrap, confronting you about anything else that morning?
I told you about something that happened to me a long time ago. She said I was a liar. You know, that I was, you know, things like that.
And this was about 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I know you had only been there a couple of days, but was that the common time for your mom to get you up for school?
Well, we didn't go to school the whole time we've been there, but I guess so, because we didn't ride. I can't remember who rode the bus or not. I can't remember everything. I'll tell you that now. It's not something that I try to remember.
I got you. Well, I want to specifically stick with January the 13th, 2010, and so let me try to do that. So you wake up, your mom is confrontational. What happened next?
We argued, of course. It's a big old argument because, first of all, it's too early in the morning to be arguing like that. We upset. We don't want to be there. I don't know if she want me to be there or not. And we're arguing, basically angry. We're confrontational, like you said. She go back in the kitchen. I guess she got to cook breakfast. I don't know what she was going to do. Which I guess not, because since we've been there, she ain't fed us anyway. So when we got in there, she told us to come to the kitchen. We got up, we got dressed, and pajamas, whatever we had on, shorts and whatever. And
So at this point in time, you had not dressed for school?
no, we not dressed at all.
Okay.
No, this is just me putting on like some shorts or something.
Okay.
And she come in there and she waving her little pot around. That's why I thought she was cooking breakfast, because she had a pot. And she just was angry.
Do you recall, and you may have answered the question, but I want to make sure, do you recall if she was cooking anything? Do you recall anything on the stove?
It was a pot on the stove, but it wasn't heated.
Okay.
That's why I'm guessing she got the pot from.
All right. So y'all came into the kitchen, or you came into the little dinette area?
No, the kitchen.
Into the kitchen. What happened then?
Well, she She just started waving the pot around and things like that or whatever. And so I guess she trying to hit us with the pot. You know, she just threatening us and everything.
What is it she's saying?
She's saying, she's still calling us and everything like that, and stupid and everything like that. And she threatening us without, we all gonna die today. She was just bent on being, I don't know, being that day, I guess.
How are y'all reacting to her at this point in time?
Well, at first I was shocked because, we done been into arguments and fights, but she never wanted to kill us, I don't think she ever just hated us. I know she was upset with us, but I don't think she hated us.
All right, as she's waving the pot, is she still angry about the rolling papers?
I guess she's angry about everything. I guess we just wasn't who she wanted us to be. I don't know.
What happened then?
Well, Taz grabs the pot or whatever because she's she's hitting, she's hitting us with the pot. She grabbed it from her. She snatched it from her, whatever. And
if you don't mind, let me ask you, where's she hitting you with the pot?
Shoulder, breast, not nothing fatal.
Mm-hmm.
And she just, and her and Taz, Taz is always I guess she always was want to protect me. So she grabbed the pot or whatever. And when she grabbed the pot, her and they got into like a little scuffle, I guess I'll say. And I'm trying to get between them.
Still in the kitchen area?
I'm still in the kitchen. We moved. I'm trying to get between them. And I don't want to say diffuse it, but just, I guess diffuse it. And it's a whole bunch of yelling. I can't even tell you what was being said. It's a whole bunch of yelling.
Your mom's yelling?
We all yelling.
Everybody's yelling.
We mad. Somehow, some way, I don't know where she got it from. I don't even remember a knife locked in under the thing. She has a knife.
Mm-hmm.
And
now you said she has a knife. Who's she?
No, my mom.
Your mom has a knife?
My sister had the pot now.
Okay.
She got it from her. Now they scuffling. The pot is down. The pot on the floor, I don't know what the pot is. They are scuffling, I guess you'll say. Taz grabs the knife from her because she's pointing it towards us, jabbing it, I want to say. And once again, she's screaming and everything. We all dying, I guess. And Taz grabbed the knife from her.
The transition from a physical altercation to the introduction of a lethal weapon marks a critical escalation. The subject's narrative frames the mother as the aggressor who introduced the knife and explicitly voiced a homicidal threat. This perception of an immediate, mortal threat is central to understanding the subject's mindset and subsequent actions as defensive in her view.
And I guess she didn't grab it. She turned, she pointed it back towards her. That's how she got those cuts on her hand.
Who got those cuts on her hand?
My sister. She has the.
What kind of knife was it?
A kitchen knife. It wasn't a butter knife. It was a knife.
Had you used that knife or that type of knife in the house before?
I haven't lived with her in a long time. I don't know.
Can you describe the knife?
It was long, pretty long. I don't know, it's about this long. Not too long.
You remember the color of the handle?
Black.
If you know the answer to the question, answer. Other knives in the house like that knife?
I mean, I would guess so.
If you don't know, that's okay.
Know.
All right. So your mom has grabbed a knife. Taz has grabbed at the knife and has turned the knife. Is it still in your mom's hand and Taz's hand?
Yeah.
So they both have it.
That's what I'm saying. Mom has the handle. She has a sharp edge. Now she's just trying to point it towards her, not us.
What happened then?
Well, me and my sister both had on tank tops and shorts. So she's trying to point it towards her. My mom's stronger than us. So when
What was your mom wearing?
A gown, nightgown. Same thing she had on, y'all.
All right. So your mom's stronger than her. What happened then?
They're fighting over the knife, of course, or whatever. And while she's fighting with the knife, I'm trying to get them, to both get rid of the knife or whatever. So my mom is winning that battle with the knife or whatever. So I pick up the pot and I hit her with the pot.
Hit your mom with the pot. All right. Still in the kitchen area?
Mm-hmm.
When you hit your mom with the pot, where'd you hit her?
In the head.
What did that do to her, or how did your mom react?
She did.
All right.
It bounced off of her.
What happened then?
I'm not that strong. Huh?
What happened then?
Well, now I guess we all fight. We all just trying to fight for this knife that she had. She dropped the knife. I want to say she dropped the knife. I dropped the pot, of course. And she has control of the knife. I think, yeah, she has control of the knife. Me and Taz run to the dining area with the sofa and everything is. Now I guess it's a fist fight. So we trying to fight her because she has a knife. And
she still has the knife.
She still has this knife.
Right.
Yes.
Let me stop you right here. At this point in time, has anybody been cut? Is anybody bleeding? At this point in time.
At this point in time, my sister had a cut on her chest, right somewhere on her breast.
All right. So Taz had a cut on her chest. Any other cuts that you're aware of?
Yes, they should have been somewhere her hand because she, like I said, she was holding a knife.
All right. So at this point in time, has your mom been cut at this point in time?
I couldn't tell you.
All right. Is your mom bleeding at this point in time that you're aware of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So y'all have run around to where the little dinette set is.
The kitchen table?
Yeah, the kitchen table, or the table on the other side of the kitchen, where the living room is. Tell me what happens then.
I'm gonna be clear to say that I don't remember everything. It comes in snatches, I'll say. We're fist fighting or whatever. Her and my sister are really fighting. They're fighting and punching each other, things like that. She's on top of my sister, choking her. I can't even tell you what knife is at this time, but her and Tad, she choking Tad, and I pick up a vase, and I hit her with the vase.
All right. Where are your mom and Taz when she's choking?
In the front of the sofa. There's two sofas. No, is it two sofas in the living room? The one closest to the dining table.
All right. The one opposite of the TV?
No, I can't even tell you how the house look. I think it's two sofas. You know better than I know if it's two. Is it two sofas?
There are two sofas.
The one that is not in front of the dining table. Not the one that's not in front of the one in front of the TV, I guess you would say.
Okay. So they're there are they on the sofa or are they on the ground area near the sofa?
They're on the ground area.
All right. And tell me again what your mom's doing at this point.
She's choking my sister.
All right. How is she choking Taz?
With her hands.
Okay. Can you demonstrate for me how her hands were on Taz?
I guess how you would choke somebody.
All right. So they're face to face.
They're face to face.
Face to face. And what happened then?
Like I said, I hit her with a vase, try to get her off my sister. Taz grabbed the knife.
Where did you hit her with the vase?
I guess like her shoulder blade or head, neck, somewhere.
How many times did you hit her with the vase?
One time.
All right. Did the vase, what happened to the
I think
vase?
it shattered. I want to say it shattered.
When you hit your mom with the vase, how did she react or what did she do?
I guess she was stunned. I mean, that's a big vase. She fell off of her, I'll say that. And Taz picked up the knife. She picked up the knife and I get on top of her, on top of my mom. And that's how I got that cut on my chest because she bit me. Bit me hard.
Are y'all on the floor at this point in time or are you on the sofa?
But we're still on the floor. Still on the floor.
In hitting your mom with the vase, as you recall back, did that cause your mom to bleed at all?
Yeah, it did.
Do you recall what kind of wound she had at that point when you hit her with the vase?
I guess it cut her head. I don't know. I guess it put a concussion. I don't know.
All right. At this point in time, I think you told me, Taz has picked up the knife and you're on top of your mom. What happened then?
I said, she bit me in my chest. And like I said, I'm not that big, so when she bit me, she latched on to me, and I'm trying to get her off of me because it hurts. So I'm trying to punch her, I guess. And I think Dad stabbed her. He stabbed her. And
At this point in time, how many times did Dad stab her?
that was once.
Okay. Did that free you from your mom?
Yeah, we backed up. I think we backed up for a minute. Like, you know, like, oh my God. And it didn't, I don't think it was a deep cut, but it didn't really phase her, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it hurt, and it kind of cut. I'm pretty sure it hurt, but it wasn't like it was fatal or anything. We back up, and she back up, and when she get up, somehow, I guess, we get on the sofa now. Like I said, I can't tell you exactly how, but we're fighting on the sofa. I guess maybe she got up and rushed us or something, and we pushed her down on the sofa. I don't know.
At this point in time, is she saying anything? Are y'all saying anything?
I guess we still angry. Nothing really fatal right now. I mean, we hurt. I'm big. She cut. But we're not thinking like, I don't know. She just like, no. We talking, but I don't know exactly what's being said.
All right. And then y'all come back together on the sofa.
Yeah, I think she got up and was rushing towards us, and either my sister pushed her down on the sofa, I guess, and somehow she bit my hand with this scar, and yeah, and this one really hurt. So I think I was trying to get her off of me. I'm like, I told her, stop, because it hurts. Stop. And I told Tad that it hurts, and I think she stabbed her again. And,
just once or multiple times?
I don't know. Probably multiple times.
The first time she stabbed her, before this point, do you know where she stabbed her?
I think it was in her arm. I want to say it was her arm.
Okay.
Maybe her stomach. I don't know.
All right. And this time now that you stepped back and then you came back together on the sofa and Taz stabs her again, do you know where Taz stabbed her?
I don't know. I mean, I know she had some stab wounds in her arm, maybe the upper arm,
Okay.
or her stomach, maybe.
And if you don't know, that's okay. I realize that the heat of the moment. What happened then?
We still fighting, or whatever. And I think she's trying to get control of the other knife. And she's trying to get control of the knife. She let go of my hand. My hand is bleeding real bad. So I'm like,
From where she bit you?
oh yeah, that mark right there, and another one over here. Well, we fighting. I think now that my mom, she's still moving. We're still up and fighting or whatever. Okay, now I think I got the medallion that one of my school awards, and she don't. I believe we're on the floor by the TV now. The floor by the TV set, whatever, and I think I choked her with a medallion. Yeah.
Where was the medallion before you got it?
I can't even tell you, to be honest. I don't know if it was on the sofa or the dining room. The dining room was a mess. Somehow we knocked over chairs and took sofa mess though. I don't really know.
All right. Up to this point, I'm going to talk about the medallion in just a second, but up to this point, have you held the knife at all?
No, but I'm about to.
All right. All right, then pick back up.
Like I said, somehow we're on the floor. Yeah, we're on the floor, and I guess I had a medallion. I don't know how I choked it with a medallion, but I did.
It choked her where? And that may be a silly question, but I just want to make sure. Around the neck?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you in front of her or are you behind her?
Yeah, that's why I guess I'm pressing it like that. I couldn't get behind her.
And is she standing up? Is she against the wall? Is she on the floor?
No, she's on the floor.
She's on the floor. You're there by the TV and the...
I think that we rolled onto the floor. Because all three of us are tangled up. It wasn't like me and my sister took turns. It was nothing.
All right. And so you're choking her with the medallion. What happened then?
She hit me hard. I think I was stunned. I don't want to say she backhanded me or something, but I'm not a fighter at all. You know, I'm not. So I was stunned. And I think I picked up a knife and I stabbed her. But they wasn't cuts like they were deep. Because I couldn't bring myself to do that. I mean...
Where did you stab her?
I think I stabbed her in the stomach. Maybe her arm, I don't know. It was multiple times, so, but it wasn't deep.
Where is Taz when you have the knife?
I don't know. Now she's talking to us and she's saying, like, she cold and stuff like that. And I don't know, I guess she got it from a movie. She cold. And we stopped. And we all just taking a breather, I guess. I don't know, we like panicking, I guess. We're panicking. We all beat up, everybody beat up. I can't tell you how bad we looked. And we turned our back for a minute. And she go out the door. So I know she wasn't badly hurt.
What do you mean she went out the door?
Well, she went to the back door.
That leads out to the patio? And where'd she go?
I don't know.
At this point in time, has there only been one knife?
Yeah, it was always one knife.
How are you injured at this point? At the point she runs out the door, how are you injured?
I had these 2 cuts in my hands. They weren't cut, it was bite marks. So this one was, I had no skin, that's why it's a scar. It was hanging open. This one over here was about the same. I had a cut on my chest and another bite mark on my chest. I guess.
Can you tell me how Taz is injured at this point?
She looked worse than I did. She got some bite marks on her. And she's cut. She's cut. I don't know how. And I think her lip was busted. Her lip was busted.
Do you know where your mom went?
She didn't get far. Maybe just out into the little backyard thingy.
And then what happened?
Well, we brought her back in. She brought her back in, my sister.
So Taz went and got her?
That's why I said I don't think she went nowhere.
Okay. At this point in time, door opens. Is it daytime or is it still dark outside?
No, it's daytime.
It's daytime at this point. Taz brings her back. Do you ever go outside?
Yeah, I guess I went to the front yard. Not the front yard, where the door is at. I mean, I don't think I wasn't truly outside.
All right, well, let me ask you, because I just want to make sure. Are we talking about the side door, which is, I guess, is the main door to come into the little townhome? Or are we talking about the back door, where the patio is, where the trash can is, where the gate is, and the wooden fence? So we're talking about right there in that area. And so did you go out into the yard?
Well, I took probably a step out. She was coming back.
Taz was coming back.
No, her and Taz were coming back.
Is Taz bringing her back? Is she coming back on her own?
I guess she's bringing her back.
Okay. What happened then?
She said, I guess we fighting again. She said, y'all gonna go to jail for the rest of y'all life, which is something that I guess we already anticipated. She said, you better kill me now. Or I'm gonna kill y'all. I'm gonna kill me now, you go to jail. And at the time, I'm not thinking, like, Jazz, you should have went to the police. And not, and not, I was scared. I guess we both scared. We thinking if she leave and we don't go to jail for the rest of our life. I'm not thinking, well, yeah, you kill her, you go to jail for the rest of your life too.
When Taz brings her back in, where does she bring her to?
Back in the living room. Yeah, back in the living room.
On the sofa? On the
No,
floor?
we just, I know we fighting, but I don't know.
So you're all still fighting?
We're still, yeah, because we don't see no other way. She want to kill us, and we like, no.
All right. Is she still fighting?
Yeah, no, she ain't that badly hurt. Not yet, I guess. We all rushed for the knife. The knife was on the floor. She rushed forward, and we pushed her back because we don't want her to get the knife. And to this day, I don't know why we put her in that tub. I just can't even tell you why.
All right, but before I get there, you rush for the knife. Does somebody get the knife?
Yeah, my sister got a knife.
And then what happened?
It's another fight for the knife. But once again, I'm trying to pull my mom back so she won't get it, and she beat me up because I don't. She's trying to get it, and I'm trying not to let her get it. Now we in her room, which is a foot from the, which is a step from the living room, and Taz stabbed her, not just multiple times.
If you can tell me at this point in time, why did Taz stab her?
Because she's trying to get the knife and she's overpowering me. She's beating me up, and she's trying to get her off of me, I guess.
All right. Are you in the living room or are you in the bedroom at this point?
In the bedroom, but we're not even like totally in the bedroom. We're barely there. We're just like maybe a foot in there. We were just angry and we were sad, and I don't know. She's still talking. And
what's she talking about?
About we all killing each other. We just all gonna kill each other, I guess. I don't know.
Did anybody ever try to get her cell phone?
Yeah. I think that's how she got up and went to the back door, because we was looking for a cell phone. We was looking for the cell phone. I think I was gonna call my grandma probably. Maybe the police.
All right, so you're You're there at the bedroom or just inside the bedroom. Taz has stabbed her a few more times. What happened then?
She pretty still now, so I guess we thought that she was dead. Well, I guess we all talking.
Now let me ask you about that. You said we all are talking.
Is
Is your mom still talking, or is it you and Taz talking
No,
at this point?
my mom is still talking.
What's she saying?
She hated us. She hated us, and I don't know. I guess like the same thing. We're going to jail.
What are y'all saying to her? Well, first, let me ask you this way. What are you saying to her?
I'm sorry. I thought I was sorry. Not just sorry for the day, but sorry for everything. We couldn't get along and stuff.
What, if anything, is Taz saying to her?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. You could ask my sister. I don't know what she's saying.
How does your mom's condition change from there?
I guess she's on the verge of dying now.
Can you describe what you're seeing with your mom?
It's a lot of blood. She's missing like some of her braids. She had braids like mine, but it was weave. And I don't know. I guess we pulled her hair and maybe a braid came out. I'm missing a lot of hair. We all missing hair, I guess. And she just got a whole bunch of cuts on her. And she got she's just bleeding, her head bleeding, I guess from the vase. And she's just bleeding everywhere. Blood on the floor.
I assume at some point in time she stops talking.
When she get in the tub, yeah.
All right, well, maybe that's where I want to pick up. How does she get, or why do y'all make the decision to
That's
take
what
her?
I told you. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It wasn't like a conscious decision. I don't think it was.
Did she say anything that led you to take her to the tub?
I don't know.
How did she physically get to the tub?
We put her in there. I guess we brought her in there.
All right. How did you bring her in there, I guess is the question I'm asking you.
I guess we dragged her in there.
And you don't know what the purpose was for putting her in the tub? Is she still conscious at this point? Is she able to talk? Or is she talking?
She's not talking. She talks again when she get in the tub, but
All right, who cuts on the water?
maybe she mumbling. I don't know.
And you drag her in the bathroom. How does she physically get in the tub?
I guess we lifted her in there and put her in there. I can't tell you what way she was facing. I don't even know.
And I think you've mentioned it a couple times. What does she say when she's in the tub?
It's the same thing. You kill me now, y'all gonna go to prison because she gonna go to the police. Kill me now and I'll kill y'all.
The subject reports the mother framing the situation as a catastrophic binary choice: kill or be killed incarcerated. Whether this was said or is a projection of the subject's own perception, it reveals a trapped, panicked cognitive state where all outcomes seem disastrous. This fight or flight thinking with flight seemingly blocked, psychologically justifies extreme violence as the only perceived escape.
Oh, yeah, we all going to jail.
At this point in time, since she's collapsed on the floor and y'all dragged her and put her in the tub, anywhere in that time frame, did either you or Taz, well, you can't speak for Taz, did you think about getting her phone and calling the police or calling 911 or?
Yeah, I couldn't find the phone. Like I said, when she left and we was going to find the phone, that's when she left. And I guess we just panicked because I guess our train of thought, how stupid it was that we could not be caught, put it like that. We could not be caught, basically. That's where that story came from.
So you put your mom in the tub, and she said these things to you about the police and so forth and so on. But what happened then?
She just, she went under a couple times and that was it.
When that was it, let me use your words, when that was it, what'd you and your sister do?
I guess we was shocked. We didn't really believe, I guess, what we done, what we did. We cried. We cried for a long time. We argued a little bit.
What'd you argue about?
I guess,
Well, let me ask you this. Did y'all have a difference of opinion as to what you should do at that point?
I guess so. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know if we should call the police, if we go to the next door neighbor. We didn't know if we should go to school. We didn't know what to do. So we just panicked and cried. And
You didn't call the police. Did you go to one of the neighbors' houses? And I know you're shaking your head, but just so. No. You cried for some time. Did you ever locate the phone that morning?
yeah, I found it.
All right. And where did you find it?
I think it was in her dresser drawer. I think her purse was in her dresser drawer, and it was in her purse.
I'm going to ask you a question that's kind of out of sequence of all of this, but I know at some point in time that morning, the phone, I can't say for sure it was your mom, but you tell me if it's different because there are only 3 people there. Her phone calls Robert and tries to call Robert while he's on the road. Did you try to call Robert? Right. To your knowledge, did Taz try to call Robert? Right. At any point in time, are you aware of your mom trying to call Robert?
Maybe she called before she woke us up. I don't know.
Y'all sat and cried for a while and argued.
It wasn't that big of an argument. It was a couple seconds.
What did you decide to do? What happened in the house or in the townhome next?
I guess we just started planning how we was going to cover it up, I guess.
And what was the plan?
I guess it wasn't really a plan. It was, we just started cleaning up, I guess.
What did you do to try to clean up?
We threw our clothes away. We got a plastic bag, a trash can bag, I guess. We put our clothes in it, the ones that were bloody and torn up. And we got her purse, cell phone. I
Did you try to clean up any other way?
I want to say we tried to clean up the blood. I think it was some cleaning solution inside the kitchen, but it was. I think we just quit the idea when we begun it.
It looked to me like there was an attempt to try to clean up the blood in the living room area. I could see some areas where it had been rubbed, and a year ago when I smelled the carpet, I could smell bleach. So there was an attempt to try to clean the blood up, and you realize you had too much blood. You couldn't deal with that. What'd y'all do next?
I think we showered. No, I think we showered.
Where'd you shower? In the bedroom where your mom was?
No.
The other bathroom.
Our bathroom. Got dressed for school, and we said we just wanna go to school and act like we just missed the bus. Came up with this whole crazy story. Went to school. We got to school by.
Before you get to the school, let me just ask a couple questions. There are a few pieces of the vase that are on top of the TV. Did you pick up any of the pieces of the vase and put them on the TV, or would that have had to have been Taz?
I don't know. It could have been either one of us in an attempt to clean up. But
Okay. Why didn't you put the vase in the plastic bag?
Oversight.
Did it? Okay. What did you do with the plastic bag?
We took it with us and we dumped it in the trash can. We left by the back way of the neighborhood. I don't even know, I guess, how we got there because we didn't know the neighborhood. We just walked. We began to walk to school. We didn't know how to get there, so we were just going to ask directions. We dumped it in, it's a big, huge trash can. I don't know, it's huge. It's like the size of this room.
Where was it?
It's in the back of the neighborhood by some old houses. By a gas station. The gas station we stopped at.
At the Shell station?
I don't know what gas station it was.
The one where the guy picked you up and gave you a ride to school?
Yeah.
The big trash can that you're talking about, was it
It was one of those huge ones that in people's yard.
like a construction container?
Like that.
All right. Was it there at the gas station, or was it somewhere else?
No, it was. I think it was in front of a house. Maybe the house was getting demolished or something.
Was this outside the subdivision, outside of Bridle Ridge? On your way walking to school and going towards that gas station, the Shell station. Did you attempt to wash anything? We talked about the carpet, but there were some wet items in the washing machine.
That wasn't us. That been there. We didn't attempt to wash it.
The towels or the cloths or whatever you used. Well, let me ask that question. What did you use to try to clean up the blood in the living room?
That went in the bag.
That went in the bag. All right. So y'all are going to walk to school. Mr. Leonard picks you up in his car and drives you to school. I know you don't know his name, but a fellow picks you up in his car and drives you to school. And you were about to tell me, and I interrupted you a few minutes ago, what time do you think you got to school?
Well, detective, whoever he is, he said 10, I guess. I guess it was about 10.
Okay. You wouldn't dispute that.
What?
Indeed. If he says it's 10, you wouldn't think that was wrong?
No, because the pictures he showed me at the time on it.
And I know y'all come in the front door of the school. Now, Taz throws something away as y'all are walking back to the counselor's office. Can you tell me what Taz threw away?
It might have been, I can't remember if we bought anything from the station or not. Maybe it's something we bought. Maybe it was our late slip. We had to have a late slip.
Now, this is before you get back to the counselor's office, because I've got the late slips. It looks to me like it's a roll of towel paper, like a white roll of towel paper that's...
That wasn't nothing from the house. No, we
Okay.
didn't bring nothing from the house.
All right. And I'll ask Taz, but I'm just wondering if you knew, because as you walk in and then make that left to go down the hall towards the counselor's office, she throws something away in the garbage can.
Maybe she got some tissue from his car because...
And then y'all go to school that day. I know for the most part at school that day you kept to yourselves. Did you ever talk about what had happened that morning at school?
No, we was, like I said, we was bent on saying we wasn't there, so it wasn't nothing to talk about.
Okay.
I guess like a formal denial.
School day ends. I think you had an odd day that day, 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 7th. School day ends. Y'all get on the bus to come home.
Mm-hmm.
The bus, does it come into the neighborhood or does it stop at the gate? Or did it that day?
No, it stops at the gate.
All right, so you get out, and tell me what happens as you walk towards the townhome.
Well, we already know about the fine, so, I mean...
I'm sorry, you already know about what?
What we about to find.
Okay.
You know, we just go in.
At this point in time, did you already have a plan as to what you were going to do once you got home?
No. We didn't know what we were going to do. I mean, we didn't know if we was going to try to, I guess, dispose sounds so ugly. But I guess take her somewhere else. But if we was going to do what we did, but I guess that's the plan we decided on.
And at this point in time, nobody else has been involved?
No.
Kosie's not involved, Terrio's not involved, Della's not involved. Nobody else has been involved at this point.
No, they're not involved anyway.
I just want to ask the question. As you're walking into the neighborhood, and as I recall it, bright sunny day, it gets cold that night, but bright sunny day, I know, and at some point in time, y'all know, there's a Rockdale County Sheriff's deputy in the neighborhood. Did y'all see him as you're walking?
It was, I don't know what it was. I act of God, I guess, because she was going to go to the next door neighbor and ask to use their phone to call the police, and just by God's divine plan, it was just a sheriff there.
Okay. Well, before I get to that point, so y'all, you come up the hill and you go in the door. Had y'all locked the door when you left that day?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I know for a fact we locked it because like Celia came and said she knocked on the door and tried to get in. It was locked.
But that wasn't why y'all were there.
What?
Celia didn't come to the house while y'all were there.
No.
There's no knock on the door prior to. Okay. Y'all come home. When you come into the townhome, tell me what happened.
It was, I don't want to say gruesome, but it was another shock. I mean, we knew we was on fire, but it was a shock in a way. We went to go see her and go look at her again. We didn't know what to expect. I had respect for her to be gone and for the police to be waiting for us. But when we walked in, she was there.
What happened then? And you both walked in to see her?
Yeah, we cried again. It's not something that we wanted to do. And we just, I guess we talked to her for a while. And can't talk to a dead person, but we just said we were sorry and we loved her and stuff. Cause I did love my mama.
And then the decision was made for Taz to do what?
Just to go to the neighbor and call the police and say we found her.
At some point in time, I think you threw up. Was that morning, or was that?
No, that was when I came back and just seen everything.
And that was the vomit that we found in the kitchen. Your mom had a lot of cut marks, stab wounds to her back and kind of the back of her neck. Do you know how she got those?
Okay, as I told you, I didn't know where we stabbed. I thought it was the stomach and the arm, but it could have been anywhere. It wasn't like a planned thing. It was crazy. I mean, it was fast, but it wasn't fast. I mean, I was fighting for a long time, but it was just the heat of the moment. We didn't know what we were doing.
The little medallion, the little lanyard that you had at one point in time that you said you had and you were choking your mom. What'd you do with that?
Okay, I know where y'all found it, but I don't know. I don't know how I got there. My sister said she don't know how I got there. I don't know why it was in that shoe. I don't know why that brush or whatever was in there. I don't know.
When was the last time you saw it?
In the living room. I don't even see. That's why I don't understand why that would have been if I would have put it inside of the pad.
The condition that you're... I'm going to ask the question in a different way. What was the condition of the bedroom that y'all shared? I know you had a back bedroom that you didn't like to go to, but the bedroom that you both slept in, what was the condition of the bedroom when Robert left that afternoon of the 12th?
I mean, we didn't get comfortable. I think our clothes were hung up. The bed was unmade, probably. I don't know. It wasn't.
All right. When the police get there that afternoon, there are clothes all over the place. The shoes are on the bed, boots are on the bed, clothes are all on the place, all over the place. How'd the bedroom get in that condition?
They probably happened from us looking for some clothes to go to school in. It was in a state of panic. I don't know. We're just looking for some clothes.
That's an injury to your hand.
Just a bite mark.
That's a bite mark? 'Cause I wondered, because it's got a little bit of a... Did your mom ever hit you with anything other than her hand or the pot that you're aware of, that you can remember?
That's a bite mark. It's right there. It's the same shape. It's the same hand. It's in the exact same spot.
All right. There's a boot that's found in the living room. Your mom ever hit you with any, during the course of the fight, your mom ever hit you with her shoes, her boot, anything else that you can recall? And if you don't, that's okay. I'm just asking to see if you remember.
If it was Taz was probably hit by it. She looked worse than I did. But that's definitely a bite mark.
Outside on the ground, there were a couple of photographs. One of your mom.
Once again, I do not know how to. I don't understand that either.
And there's a little necklace and there's a little black clutch. Little black clutch is probably the best way to describe it. Any idea how those got outside?
I don't. I was asked that question, but I don't understand. I know I didn't do it. I know my sister didn't do it.
Why'd you put your mom's purse in the bag?
I don't know. I can't even tell you. I guess tell you for a minute, and it's crazy in mind that I was thinking about getting her debit card and everything, all that kind of stuff, and leaving. Not thinking that you use a debit card, it's gonna be traced, whatever. But we were just thinking about leaving, I guess, skipping the country. Like a 16-year-old can go somewhere. But I don't know why I got it first. Maybe it's because identification, I don't know.
At any time during the course of the fight, so from the time it stops in the kitchen to the final struggle there at the doorway in the bedroom, did you ever think about just running away? Run to the bedroom, lock the door, run outside, run next door, stop participating in the fight?
My state of mind, I believe at the time was defend yourself. It wasn't like it was a fight on the street. It was more of a fight till somebody died. I mean, when we ran to the living room, I don't know why she was there. You know, it wasn't like, I mean, like I said, I wasn't going to go to the police because we had already been having trouble with her all these years, and during all that trouble, they always believed her. It was never going to be us getting believed. So it wasn't, I didn't have no faith in y'all, in the system. So I guess we believed we had to, I don't know, protect ourselves the best way we knew how.
Let me ask this question, because some people think this. Did you plan
No.
to kill your mom?
No.
All right. Because you made some statements.
I know.
At juvenile court and at Towers High School, you made some statements along the lines of, I have to go back with her. Either we're going to kill her or she's going to end up dead or something like that.
That was anger. That was, I know. And it's the same way she threatened us, we would just threaten her. It wasn't nothing like it. I would never play on her. My devious.
Was there any point, and this is just really for me, was there any point during the 8 days, so from January 5th to January 13th, that you, I'll ask Taz the same question, so I'm not asking about Taz, but that you thought this can work out?
One time we got there, it just didn't work out. The very first day, the police was there. The very first day, night. The next couple of days, they were there again. And then we just couldn't get along. She didn't, I don't know. I'm like, wait, tried counseling like all these years. I don't know what possessed these people to think we couldn't get along for an hour in counseling. We can get along by living with each other. It doesn't work.
Why weren't you or Taz cut more? And I'm going to flesh that out just a bit by saying your mom's got approximately 60 plus either cuts or stabs. How was it that you and Taz weren't cut more during the course of the fight?
I guess 2 against 1 is just was stronger than her, I guess.
You remember what the password was to your mom's computer?
Mm-mm. She never let us use the computer unless she accessed it and it wasn't there before.
All right.
Unlimited time. It was very, she was very controlling. We had nothing that she didn't want us to have.
Besides the rolling papers that you found, Anything else that your mom was specifically upset
Birth
about that
control.
morning? What do you mean by birth control?
She found my birth control.
What kind of birth control did you have?
Well, it wasn't, I didn't even go to the doctor to get this. This was just something a friend had, a little round. I don't even know what the name of it.
A little
I
round.
wasn't using it.
Can you tell me how it was packaged?
It was round. It was like a little round. I think it was pink or peach or something like that.
A round container?
It was flat.
And where did you have that? Where would it
She
have
found
been
all
for
of
her?
this in my purse.
In your
I had
purse?
a couple purses, and like I said, she took all of our clothing, everything that I had. She said it belonged to her, and now that we lived in her house. So she took everything, and she went through it, and she gave me back what she wanted me to have.
What purse did you have it in? Do you remember?
It was a Gucci purse.
When you were initially interviewed with the police, you and/or Taz said, I think you specifically said you had a purse that was missing that had ducks on it. Taz said there was a little CD player that was missing. Were those items in fact missing? Did you put them in the plastic bag when you threw them away, or was that just something you threw out there?
Now my CD player, that's gone. It was an MP3 player,
Okay.
and that really is gone. I don't even remember about the ducks. That must have been a lie.
All right. Anything you want to tell me that I haven't asked you?
I guess if I could do it all over again. If I could do it all over again. I guess I would have called the police, or I would definitely give my life for hers. I'm sorry, mister. But it was not what Linda and all of them try to make it seem. I didn't hate her. And Taz didn't hate her either. It just was built up. I don't know, I guess heat of the moment just built up anger between all three of us.
Michael, Hannah, anything you want to ask or add at this point in time?
I don't think so.
It's approximately 2 minutes to 4, so 3:58 p.m.
In 2014, with her confession and DNA evidence against her, Jasmiyah pleaded guilty to voluntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 30 years in prison at the Pulaski State Prison for Women in Georgia. She received the same sentences as her twin sister. Jasmiyah is also up for parole in 2027.